Every programming course, whatever the language, includes some coding problems for you to do. Here is some practical data processing task, for example, assigning bus drivers to buses for the week or finding the quickest route from A to B. Now, write a computer program that does that. The fact is, if someone actually does have that problem in real life, I can guarantee that the solution written by the programming student will be of no use to them, even the solution written by the best student in the class. The real-world problem is monstrously more complicated than what could be assigned as an exercise, and so what the student solved, even assuming that the program was correct, which is a pretty bold assumption at this stage, will only be a toy version of the actual problem and will not be usable by anyone. It's fair to say that no program that is a result of a coding problem will ever be usable in a real-life setting. And if you're new here, by the way, welcome to Frank Staiano Explains. I say this as a professor of computer science at the University of Cambridge. Okay, so the programs that students write to solve those toy problems are useless. And yet, the students are obliged to write them, otherwise they don't get the marks. Obviously, human nature being what it is, this means that some proportion of the students end up cheating in order to collect those necessary marks. And this is quite unfair to the honest majority of students who get the marks by the sweat or the brows. But it is quite difficult and quite expensive for professors to prevent this cheating. In another video, I told you how in some of my courses I address cheating not with detection and deterrence, but with incentive engineering. And I'll let you guess whether it worked better or worse, but that's by the way. So the truth of the fact is, those students who cheat are really cheating themselves, even more than they are cheating me or their honest colleagues, because there are quite a few skills, and programming is most definitely one of them, that can only be learned by assiduously practicing them. You do need a theoretical basis, yes, but if you just study the theory and don't practice it, you will never be able to do it. It's the same with playing the piano or even just riding a bicycle. Why does the woman at the gym lift those weights? It's not like anyone benefits from the weights being moved up and down. She could, in theory, perhaps generate electricity to recharge her smartphone, but she's not even doing that. She lifts the weights to train her muscles and make them stronger and make them bigger, whatever, not because there's any intrinsic merit in the weights moving across space. And it's the same here. You don't write those programs because they are going to be useful to anyone. You write them because you need the practice and the experience. You write them because there's no other way to really become a programmer than by writing code, inadvertently but inevitably riddling it with subtle bugs, and then honing the craft of discovering where the bugs are and correcting them. If you want to become a programmer, do those coding exercises, even with full knowledge that nobody will ever use the programs you write. If you want to become a great programmer, do loads of them. Actually, if you have in you the spirit of a great programmer, you will be doing plenty of them anyway, not because you want the reward of becoming stronger, becoming a great programmer, but simply because you enjoy solving programming challenges in the first place, just because it's fun and it suits your brain. Okay, welcome to the club. Either way, the more you do, and the better you'll become. And once you are a proficient programmer, then a good mentor, or a few good books perhaps, will be able to help you shape your programming talents into those of a great computer scientist. And on the difference between a great programmer and a great computer scientist, I did another video that I think you might also like. Have fun.